the day. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Fall afternoon in the state of Texas. The roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the New England Patriots and the Houston Texans. The first carry now. This is Hill. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Newton. That's taken in by Duvernay. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. To the right side to Eric Ebron. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
On the carry, it's Hill. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Touchdown, Houston. Brian Hill with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. The CD, there are touchdown runs and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Set to kick off. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Bridgewater on 1st down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Montez Sweat was sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On the return is Pettis. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know It's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
From the 50, Newton. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, a run for Hill. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Jalen Johnson. And he'll bring it all the way back just... A yard or two shy of midfield. Well, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Bridgewater. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 24.
Now that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Montez Sweat in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Patriots 3.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
So now Eric Ebron and the rest of the offensive unit trotting on the field. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. That's caught at the 25. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. First down, they'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 30-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker T.J. Watt there on the coverage. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Newton, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And this one is incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Play action. It's Newton. Open man is Duvernay. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Montez Sweat able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. That's out to Chubb, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Throwing is Bridgewater. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
First down, Patriots.
Bridgewater to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it from the pick. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level. The quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target. But that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. He'll find the rookie from Oklahoma, C.D. Lamb. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it online, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll try to draw now with Chubb, and he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But now it'll be third down. To throw is Bridgewater.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
CeeDee Lamb.
His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Newton.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Devin Duvernay.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Patriots take over first and 10. At their own
New England trying to get a place on offense.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you're scoring points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Being chased out left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Play action now. Bridgewater. And able to find Green. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Bridgewater looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Zane Gonzalez on for the field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. On 2nd down now, it's Hill. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. 48 yards on the ground. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now on 2nd and 13, Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir.
Intercepted by the Patriots.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Montez Sweat. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now out comes Houston. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon Jones on the coverage.
Throwing again. Newton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch him drive for one.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Whitney merciless. Just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 38-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Newton on first down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Newton. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 14. That one goes for 24 yards.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
From the red zone now, Newton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline. And he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. T.J. Watt in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Over the middle here to Brown. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker.
30 yards now.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say, let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Bridgewater. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Following the penalty, Chubb. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. And Charles, I guess a question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about their own 4th.
I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
At the 24-yard line.
Here's Hill one more time. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Now Newton on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Bridgewater. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run good for 24 yards. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. He manages 7 yards down to the 17. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. Overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And the Patriots